And we are back for episode 6 of our Village to Capital City challenge. Now, we had done really well. We'd got up to 299 of a population here in Nindwood, but unfortunately, we seem to have lost about a quarter of our town. I think that's down to the fact that we changed the bus route, which means that basically you don't see a bus in Nindwood anymore. And unfortunately, it doesn't quite seem to have timetabled out so well with this backlog of buses here. Let's start it running, and let's maybe start sending buses ahead, skipping on the timetable so that it will allow them to go on and proceed and maybe spread themselves out in due course. I think that is what's going to happen, but we just need to make sure that everybody is nicely spread out. But in the meantime, what we're going to do, that's going to wait there for a little while. Okay, so that will hopefully spread itself out over a couple of months. We generally spend about 2 years playing on each episode here of the show. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a little bus route, but I'm also going to create a train route too. And I think the train route is going to ultimately be the main catalyst for driving the population of the town. Let's take all that space. Okay, let's put in an outer ring of really small stations. We're going to make it big because so it's going to be a length 3 track. We're going to try and put it where possible. No, it's going to be one track at a time, and it's just going to go around in one direction. So I'm going to put a track here. Yeah, we're going to put a track here. Oh, they won't let us build. I forgot about that. Let's go back and plant more trees. That's ridiculous. Let's go back and plant trees. Because we're going to try and build a lot of land. So we want to put one here where we thought we were going to put one. Yep. We want to put one down here. And we also want to build our track while we're doing it. Now we're going to come back later and we're going to take out a lot of these roads. But for the time being, we're just going to get the track built because I feel we're going to have a problem with what we want to do because the local authority are going to be like, well, you haven't done much for us, so we want... That's a problem. I didn't even think of that. Okay, that's not really a problem. We'll just go under. So a nice little tunnel there will solve that little problem. I knew we were going to have to do that at some point. And I want to come back into this track here. So this drops down, but I think we can actually build a bridge across here. Bring it in like that. And then map it up where we just go through like that. Nice short tunnels, nice short bridges. And they will be recipe for a beautiful, beautiful train line. Again, we're going to have to come in under here. This is I think we drop down. Oh no, we don't drop down there. But we could drop down and come back in, and rather than going up there, we'll just build a bridge or a tunnel. Okay, let's put if we try and build a tunnel, where does it go? Way too far. So we need to lower our level here. Put it in. No, we need to go lower again. That's gone up an extra height. So now if we go in, it should bring us back to that. Oh, we've missed. Oh, what a waste of money. Okay. But we have loads of it, so we don't really mind too much. No, we seem to have gone and up a climb we shouldn't have gone up. Oh, okay. I see our problem. Yeah, we've gone up here. So let's lower this point down, lower this point down, and now we can see what we're doing. Perfect. So we want to put back in our stations. So we want to put in a station here. And of course they don't let us. So we have 3 stations on our route. That is not going to be enough. They will let us put a station there. They haven't let us put a station there just yet. We want to put one more station here. And maybe over here as well. No, that's too close. So we want to put a station here, which we will do in time. But for the time being, we will make do with what we have, what we've been allowed to build. So new vehicles. It is a little bit overkill with so many. We're going to start with 4 passenger carriages and a mail van. Now, I don't even think we can still take mail in at our train station, so this might be a waste, but I just want to future-proof what we're doing, because we're not going to fill 4 passenger cars either. So all of those are now good. We're going to start him off. We're going to set a timetable where he autofills that timetable, and what it means is that we can actually get it that they're in a nice unison and they don't crowd over each other and they just kind of chop through. Look at here, Nindwood, 9 passengers, and we have 5 buses on the way. I think there's a joke about that, but I'm not so sure it's that funny. Anyway, we're looking at what's going on here with our train station, with our Nindwood trains, buses, planes, you name it. We haven't actually had a plane yet. I really dislike these small airports, and I only really want to get involved with planes when we have larger airports. But for this challenge, I don't want to have planes at all. I just think it's too easy to grow towns when you have the airports, because you can just ferry people around literally on a flight. Okay, we're going to give them a little bit longer to stay at each stop. So everybody's going to spend 4 days at each stop. And we'll find out how long it takes to go between them, because at the moment there's probably a long period of time. So now that it comes in, we'll see what the timetable is like. It's 51 days to complete, but of course we're going to change this to 7 days. Give them a week, an extra day just to get there. They have 5 days to wait at the station, or 4 days to wait at the station. We'll make it 2 weeks for the other ones, which means it's going to take it 58 days to get fully around each of the stations on our little metro overground system. So if we have 14 days, 3 times basically 7, 14, 14, and these 16 days, 58 days, if we divide that down by 4, say if we put 4 trains on this, it'll mean that there'll be one coming every 14 or 15 days, which is not bad. Let's just make this even on 60 days, so we'll give these 8 days travel time. So now it should be every 15 days a train will leave the station. So we're going to build 3 copies of this particular train. And as soon as he comes back to start his route again and come back to Frondwood, we are going to start the other boys behind him, the other trains behind him. So he's going to come in here. There'll be very few passengers, I'd imagine. Nobody lives in the catchment area. And be aware, I know I've done that. I've built these trains to not be effective today, but there will, as people move in here, you got to build it. They will come if you build it. So he's now running on time. So every 15 days, he's going to leave for the next station. So he's going to go here, stay for 4 days, and then he will proceed on. So what that means is we're going to basically just recreate this start date. And once he passes the depot, so that they'll be in the right order, we will proceed through with what's going on. Perfect. So now we can go start date. And if we hold control while we click start date, it will assign the same start date and spread it out through the rota. So there we go. We're going to put these on. I just realized I've never actually put in I never put in any of, we want to lower this to 3, just because we can. So all of these need to be put in place so that the trains won't run into each other. And that needs to be the other way around, that needs to be the other way around, and which means that one there needs to be the other way around. So yeah, we're now in a really good place where all of the trains get to go out on their own, and they'll do very little. They'll do very, very little in terms of traffic or in terms of growth, but we will start to see some little shoots of green from new buildings and new businesses that are cropping up around the town. Hopefully, that is the hope. Okay, so Nindwood, our population hasn't really grown, but we want to put in some more bus routes. So what we're going to do is we're going to stagger them. So we'll put them kind of on every second. We might have to put them in. No, it won't let us do that either. I think I'm going to turn off. I'm going to turn off the options for the town. I can't remember how to do it now. Authorities. It's not an option. I think I had to put it before we started the game, unfortunately. Oh well, not to worry. We will proceed. We've about halfway through this time for this episode, but there is a bit of traffic coming through the town, thank God, at the moment. So if we look at this and we say passengers are starting to pick up, passengers are starting to pick up. So it's all reasonably good, but we need to just be a little bit more. So I would say some of these don't even accept passengers. Fondwood Woods, for example, accepts absolutely nothing. It's out in the middle of nowhere. Nobody even knows it exists. Same story for Nindwood Woods. So we have this problem where we need to have a little bit more going on in the middle of the town. But because we've already put in, I think we're just going to blanket tree this. It's slightly cheating, but it's not really. It's just the name of the game. Where it's corporate social responsibility is not the buzzword for it. We're making our town pretty, and they're gonna, yeah, that's something like that. So we want to put in more bus routes. No, they really don't like us. They really, really don't like us. I don't think they realize that we're doing our best to generate a population for the town. Okay, we can't do anything on that just yet. What is our record on here? They must think we're appalling. We're back to appalling again. It's all the relocation of properties and that sort of stuff. It just generates bad feeling with the local community. Okay, we're going to change. Let me change the bus routes, because I think that could be the nub of the problem. We're going to make the bus routes radial. So from now, in fact, I'm just going to all the buses are going to go to the station, and I'm going to just replace all the buses, send to the depot, all of them. And I'm just going to build new buses. So brand new buses. They can all be destroyed. New vehicles, real bus, by vehicle. It's going to go from here to here. And that is going to be a full load. Go. And clone vehicle. Just have 2. And 19 and 20. That one. And that one. And then these can all be buried. Vehicle 8 is waiting. I don't want to create a clone of another vehicle, so there, they can all be done away with. here, they can all be done away with. So we'll just sell all our buses. We messed up what we were doing there, to be honest. That wasn't going to work. So we're just changing our bus patterns completely. It just wasn't working. It wasn't having the effect we wanted on what was going on. And you can see already 374, we had a massive jump in population. So if we go send this back to Frontwood for a second and timetable the orders. Timetable. So let's go send the route back and go timetable, autofill. And these guys are going to go into Nindwood, Frontwood, because that is our main route. And all shared vehicles. That's still on the... Wow, okay. Fair play. Let's go back to a junction. It survived. It survived. I'm not quite sure how it survived. But survive it has. Okay, I'm going to build a couple more of these just to have it on a timetable. So now we should have just the 4 ungrouped road vehicles. They're all in here. So we have 5. We have 5 buses on this route. 1 bus that's not on this route, and it is going to be killed. So that is now gone. So now the only bus we have running is from Nindwood to Frontwood and back. While we wait for these to be timetabled, and these can all just go. We probably should stagger them out, if I'm being honest. But at the moment, we're just doing our thing. And we can see that this travel is not timetabled. So we're going to let it stay for maybe... No, we'll just leave it actually. So start date, we'll kick back in a little while. So Frontwood is now up and running. Nindwood. We are going to go and have new vehicles. Regal bus. Buy vehicle. From here to here. And that is full load any cargo. And if we clone the vehicle and have maybe 5 of them, and we might just timetable this one up to autofill that. Okay, so Frontwood is done. We're happy with what's going on here. These can go too. We will just let them off. I'm not quite sure why I picked 5. That was a bit of a silly mistake. Let's put 2 of these back. They don't need to be there. Yeah, those 2 can go back. But the others can stay. They're going to wait for to be full before they set off. Actually, do you know what? I think they'll be alright. I think we'll be okay. We'll leave them. I keep second guessing myself, but I'm not quite sure how best to build this city. We've dropped way back again. So yeah, interesting times ahead. We are slowly catching up. We have a few passengers here at this depot. So let's go from Ranley. New vehicles, vehicle bus from Ranley to here. Full load any cargo. Full load any cargo. Let's see that for a second and see how that works. So we now have 4 going to that city center, Nindwood Central. While we have new vehicles, we're going to put 4 buses from here to here. So now we're getting a bit closer back to where we were in terms of bodies. bedding town has a huge number of passengers, so we need a big bus service. So go to bedding town, go to here, and then we will go to here. No, we'll just go straight back to Beddington. So let's get a full load cargo and we have a fair number of passengers there too, so we'll go full load there too. And set them all off. Okay, so now I'm relatively happy with where we are. We have a full list of people going from here, from this town here, Ranelagh. From Daunton we don't, but we're going to have very shortly. And we will copy that vehicle 5 times. But Beddington is still our most popular destination. Nindwood we have buses from as well. Okay, so let's see what we're doing here in terms of bodies. We've very little in terms of income. I'm a bit worried about those particular bus routes. These ones here, they're all making massive losses, which is not good. Let's put them in here as the overground as to what they are. So we have the regroup. The group name is Nindwood Overground. That's passengers. And we have available trains manager list. Okay. So collectively we lost 10,000 on that. Now we've made 11 million. We're not doing too bad. We can't really complain. But let's work on a few other bits and pieces that we said we would. So we want to put in a bridge. So if we close this and put in the bridge here, that's a start. We'll also put in a bridge here. I don't think we can do that. It's not the same level. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. What can we accept here? Can we get mail? We can get mail here. I wonder, can we get goods anywhere in the town? No. We need to work on that. We will work on that. It's very slow, isn't it? It's very slow, but we're getting there. We're getting there slowly but surely. We need to build onto this side of the planet. I'm not too worried about what they think of us now because they're not going to let us build for a little while. So Nindwood, local authority, appalling. I think we're going to need to change all of the buses to be full load. And it's going to basically block up the whole center of the town. But I think what it's going to do is it's going to allow us to raise our ratings. And if we raise our ratings, it should improve. Our ratings are top notch. Well, they're good here. Problems. If building a town was this easy, everybody would be doing it. Okay. How many people are waiting on average? Or what's the ratings like at our... Oh, nothing comes and goes to that one, I forgot. Passengers and mail are decent, but it's very small numbers. The problem is there's no supply or no demand. Okay. Let's think about... Now, if I want to be able to put in... I want to be able to put in buses. That's my problem. And I'm not quite sure how to go about doing that when it won't let us work with between the trees. We could put some trees in here. That's still all our neck of the woods. We're going to just plant more forests, basically. It's a lot of money. We have the money, so I'm not too worried, but it's just planting forests on trees. Let's try and build a couple of more stations. No. It is crazy. It is absolutely crazy. So we may have hit a wall, but let me just see what's happening here. Strain 28 cannot see a platform to go to. These are filling up, so it could just be a case that so it's just the mail isn't quite as frequent as it used to be. So it has. Do we need an extra body in there? Do we need an extra platform? Should we put in an extra platform? Possibly. Let's see if they will let us destroy what is here. They probably won't. They will. We'll put in an extra platform. Now, that's so much easier. Why can't we just do that? We shouldn't have that problem again in future. But obviously they have a better opinion of us here. Excellent. I think we need to work on our ratings. Passengers and mail are excellent. Here our ratings are excellent. Here our ratings are excellent. I don't know how we can improve our rating while the town we're still appalling. Okay, what we're going to do is I'm going to take a bit of a break from this. We're going to spend the next episode building up another industry somewhere, maybe somewhere where we can deliver goods into this in time. We get more goods from here, and there's a forest there, and there could be a sawmill somewhere locally that we could bring the forest to the sawmill and then come back with the goods. But we're going to play around with that in the next episode of the game, because we're done today. 386, we're up from where we started. We were there pretty early on, but we've kind of just gone between 299 and 386. But we're getting there. Slowly but surely, we are beginning to see a little bit of shape. A lot of work to do, but we'll see how we get on. I'm pausing the episode there, and we are going to finish up by saving the game. Now, you'll see there every kind of year, or every episode has been 2-year periods. So we've gone from the 40s to the middle of 41, then June at 43. There was a kind of a 2.5-year period, then 2-year period, and we're back almost 2 years later again. We will be back for episode, I think it's episode 7 we're coming back to, in a couple of days. Talk to you then.